but I can welcome you to what is round 4 of Sunday Race League's Tier 3. We've got not quite a full grid today. I think we had 15 or 16 drivers, but we should be in with the cracker. Razi, 2 wins out of 3 so far. We'll see if he'll bag another one today. Why is the stream apparently still called Race 3? It's not. Okay, I'm not going mad. Got a nice dry qualifying at least. Hopefully it'll be dry in the race as well. We don't see rain too often in Azerbaijan, but when it rains, it really does rain. 2 out of 3 of these SRL's races in Tier 3 have had rain this season, so it isn't something these drivers aren't familiar with, to say the least. So we've got Nolan Mitch, first car out on track in Mercedes. He bagged a podium in Austria and then had a fairly mediocre race in Spa. Sunset Smiler comes back in the Alpine. VTech will be making his first full-time drive for Haas after reserving for the past couple of rounds. VTech's now got his full-time seat. Sportmad, another, is back again. 2 disappointing races on the bounce in Austria and Spa. He'll be hoping to bounce back. Razi had a strong race last time in Spa, going from 11th to 1st to get his second win of the season. Havoc Connor, one of the ones who struggled with Spa. Quite a challenging circuit Spa is, but we've got Azerbaijan now, which is arguably just as challenging. Long circuit hit, flat out for over 80% of the track. Have a look at the standings. You got, as Julian Palmer famously said, you have to be alert on the street circuit. As you can see, there's already a yellow flag as NJ Devil does his best Mojave Raghunathan impression. Manages to get it going just fine, but now we will be looking for Nolan Mitch, who's going to be the first driver on a lap. All the way 8th gear, DRS activated, flat out into the first corner, braking heavily, down to 3rd. Again on the power, and just like that you're flat out again. So lots of 90-degree corners, the first 4 corners being 3 to the left, 1 to the right, all 90 degrees. So it's a decent run. The first sector line is just up here. He will go purple. We'll see what the time is. It's a 35.1. There's definitely some pace in that. You can see he's struggling a little bit. Do apologise if there's a bit of stream lag. There was last week, there might be some this week. I'm just getting up the track profile on my phone quickly, and then I'm going to turn it off the internet. He manages to negotiate the castle section quite nicely. So Nolan Mitch on his banker lap. We'll see what time this is. Down to 2nd gear on the power again before you've got this final corner all the way down into 3rd. Then you've got a completely flat out section. You got these 2 lovely corners, in my opinion at least. It can be quite difficult on the worn tyres after many laps, even after the first lap. 6-kilometre long circuit this is, but he'll be the first set a lap and it'll be a 1:40.5, so still definitely some time in that. Havoc Connor in the Ferrari is going to be the next car on a lap. He's managed to keep it valid. Through all of the 20 corners, he'll go second quickest with a 40.5. Sunset Smiler on return in the Alpine, on mediums on his first run, interestingly, does a 43.8. Large jumps up to second in the Williams after another disappointing race for him last time out in Spa, and again it was another disappointing race in Austria. VTech in his full-time debut won his first quali lap, goes 4th only. Get the tyres, and we'll change that to the gap to the leader. Interestingly, VTEC did a purple final sector on the mediums rather than the soft, so it's just two or three corners to final sector. So interesting to see that he was quicker on the mediums than some of the drivers on the soft. Next car on a lap, Spider-Man and NJ Devil are both invalidated. The next car behind them is Queener, purple in the second sector. Winner this season in Austria. What will the McLaren do? Flat out all the way to the line. This looks like it's been a good lap for Queener. And he lifts off before the line. Interesting. Queener lifting off before the line. And he still goes third quickest. So Queener just a little bit of a sandbag potentially. Next car, TJW is not on the lap. Then there's Sportmad who's on an outlap. Nolan Mitch, guy behind, he's going in. Havoc Connor is 2 seconds down, so wouldn't imagine he's not going in. Then there's a blue dot. Who is that? That's Larsh. Larsh is a 10th up. Best part of a 10th up. What will the Williams do on his second lap? Will it be an improvement? It will, but not enough to change position. 0.024 improvement for Larsh. Sunset Smiler into the pits, and then the next car is VTEC, who's also leading into the pits, and then the next car after him is Spider-Man fan in his Red Bull. Then we've got Elmer. Elmer had a strong qualifying in the first 3 rounds of the season, and he's just not been able to quite deliver the end product. Only a podium in Austria to really shout about, along with a pole in Canada. We'll see if he can hook it up together in his race, but he's hooking up the corners nicely on his first flying lap. Purple in the second sector, supposedly, and this is just a game telling me everyone's going purple in the second sector, because I believe that is an issue currently. Flat out nicely, there's a car in the wall in the castle section. No, not in the wall, just nicely getting out of the way is Paul Elite. Elmerix in the Alfa Romeo. Spider-Man fan went fourth on soft. Where will Elmer go on mediums? Elmer goes third position. Nerdy Average Gamer starts his lap. TJW is the next car. Interesting to see, there's not really much games on the slipstream going down between the teammates. TJW, nicely done for him, third position. One of the tracks with the longest straight on the calendar, you'd expect to see slipstream off of teammates playing a factor, but that really hasn't been in any so far. Larsh into the pits. Razi's just started his flying lap, so Razi with 2 wins, we'll see what he can do on his first lap in the Alpine. Nicely negotiated through the first 2 corners. On the power, all the way flat out, down this long straight. First DRS part of 2 on this track. There'd be room for 3 if they wanted 3. Oh, he's just clipped the wall on the inside there, and that is probably going to be an aborted lap for Razi maybe. Losing the back end. See what his first sector is. It's 35.2, which is supposed to be a passive sector, but knowing this game, it's probably not. Stay on board with him. This has not been a good lap for Razi, and he's backed off. Yep, I believe he has now backed off of his lap. So we'll go to Nerdy Average Gamer, who in his Williams is apparently doing, everyone's apparently doing purple middle sectors, which is either because this field is very close in terms of pace, or because it's Codemasters. Paul Elite has just crashed out in the castle section. We'll go on board, we won't go on board with NG Devil. Nerdy Average Gamer, 5th quickest. We'll go on board with NG Devil to see if we can spot it, and he's just completely lost it in the castle section. Has Paul Elite, so Paul Elite will start from the back of the grid here. Next car, is it Nolan Mitch or is it TJW? That's TJW who's not on the lap. It will be Razi, next car to cross the line. We believe he's backed off, he's definitely backed off. But will he go again or will he pull into the pits? So Razi's going for his 2nd flying lap now in the Alpine. Much nicer through turn 1. NJ Devil's about to finish his lap in the Aston Martin. Good qualifying from him last time out. We'll see if he can replicate some of that magic this week. On the mediums, his first run, good enough for 9th. 1.5 seconds off of Nolan Mitch's current pole time. So Nolan Mitch really look at a contender. Strong podium in Austria. Not as good of a result last time out in Spa, but we'll see what Nolan Mitch manages today, because he is currently on pole position. Got a few big names still to do a lap. Razi hasn't set a representative time. He's 2/10 up on his own best, but this is where he backed out last lap. We'll see if he can keep it together this time. He does manage to do the castle section nicely. Have to be really alert on a street circuit, and he was then. So Razi, now you got this section of 2 left-handers, then tricky, turn 15 I think that is. I can't remember the quite rightly, I think that is turn 15. You saw in real life a lot of drivers getting caught out of there. Then heavily on the brakes for turn 16, he's 4.9 seconds up, which if he is, that is pole position by about 2 or 3 tenths on the mediums. He's got quite low on battery though, and he's quite low on fuel, so I think that low fuel mode might just stop Razi from taking the pole, as Engine Devil has just crashed out in turn 14. We'll see what Razi does. 4.9 seconds up supposedly, and it is pole position provisionally by 4 tenths for Razi with a 40.080 on the medium tyres. Engine Devil's body is in the middle of the track. And now gets cleared out of the way. Havoc Connor, you saw, was very surprised when he came around the corner to see Aston Martin on the racing line. Luckily, he was on a outlap. I don't think that would have been a penalty. But I believe what I've just seen, which I like, if true, is the 2 Williams are very close together on track, looking to... Oh, no, Mitch did go into the wall. I did wonder. He needs to get out of the way because Sportmad is on a lap behind him. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Sportmad, completely caught unaware by Nolan Mitch's Mercedes in the middle of the track, has just smashed into the back of him, and on his first lap on the mediums that he was going to set in the session, he will no longer get that lap because he's going to need to go and put a front wing on. So, and Nolan Mitch, who was pole position for a lot of time, is out because he just got bumped again into the wall by Sportmad. Lots of drivers finally getting out on pairs of soft tyres. Razi continued on. Razi is going quite slowly because when we crossed the line he had 0.6, so he's run out of fuel and he's crawling around the track. Someone who isn't crawling around the track is Elmerix. Elmerix looking very fast. Nolan Mitch is just disconnected from the session. He does know it's qualifying, right? Elmerix on a lap. Sportmad needs to get out of the way. That's not Sportmad, that's Queener. Queener does get out of the way nicely for the Alfa Romeo. Got Havoc Connor just ahead, who's also on a lap. Elmerix up by 8 tenths. That put him 2 tenths clear at the top. If true, he holds this together, Elmerix could look for a pole time. The other man who's already on a lap, Havoc Connor, we'll see if he can get anywhere close in his Scuderia Ferrari. Is it an improvement for Havoc Connor? It isn't, but it should be an improvement for Elmerix. Elmerix goes pole by 3 tenths provisionally. 1 second improvement. Queener now starts another lap. VTEC starts another lap. Sunset Smiler is also on a lap. He has oh, am I reading that right? His wheel says supposedly he has 27.3 laps of fuel in. What? Does he realise this? Sunset Spider is currently 4 seconds off. He's going 6 tenths up, but he's got 27 laps of fuel. Sunset lad, take some fuel out the car. Who's that? That's one of the red car. Is it Elmerix? It is Elmerix who's gone into the wall, and then he just reset to track ahead of VTech. VTech isn't distracted. No, the Mitch has successfully rejoined the session. What a lap for Razi. I don't know why that comment has only just come in, but it has. And you're right, Razi only, if it most got away, only 3/10 off on a pair of mediums. So one would presume, unless Razi is going to have to start on mediums, we'll see what strategy is like. One would presume that we'll see Razi out on a pair of softs. Elmerix cutting the corner to try and get out of the way. Not sure of who, but okay. Any cars on a lap? Yes, there is. That's Queener in the McLaren round 2 winner in Austria. He manages to go third on mediums. 0.007 behind Razi. So another great lap on the mediums. VTech set another purple sector supposedly. He goes 10th. Not an improvement in position, but an improvement in time. Next car, Nerdy Average Gamer, he's not on a lap. Sport Mad is gonna finally get another lap in. Will Razi go out on another lap? He's leaving it very late if he's going to do so. Sunset Smiler, his teammate, has got 27 laps of fuel in. Still, is out there and is 3.7 seconds off the pace. So some interesting tactics to not gain any positions by him. Oh, TJW. That will be qualifying over for TJW because he was about to start his what would have been his final lap of the session, and he's binned it, so he's not going to get the speed that he needs to start another lap. So TJW will not improve on his time, probably, unless he can pull together an amazing final lap. Havoc Connor is out, he's retired in the pit lane. Next car, Larsh, he's on a lap. Currently sitting P5 in his Williams. Looking for a strong race after 2 disappointing performances in a row. There's another yellow flag, that is Sunset, who's getting out of the way for TJW. Sunset improved by 2/10, but still, with the 25 laps of fuel he has in for whatever reason, only 12. Larsh in the Williams, where will he go? He's weaved a little bit just to stop Hassan getting his slipstream. Larsh goes to P5. Actually, he saves P5, I'm sorry. Nolan Midge is disconnected yet again. Sportmad and Queener both on laps. 2 McLarens, nope, Queener's pulling in. So that's Nerdy Average Gamer, who's just a teeny bit up. Looking to outqualify his teammate. Oh, he actually is 4 seconds down. Sportmad, we'll see if he can outqualify his teammate. It'll be good if he can. Nice second row of the grid, and it will be a second row of the grid, but P4, so just behind his teammate, have to start in. Rehad, strong race in Austria, gained 15 positions. He goes 5th. Good lap for the Aston Martin. Next car, Elmerix is on an out lap. He won't get to finish that lap. Out lap. And he's retiring on track. So Elmerix, that is going to be a penalty probably, if someone reports that, because you've reset to track. You're reset to track, you've retired on track. TJW, we saw he had that spin. Is this an improvement? I would say that he can improve if he can get his lap perfect, because he had no run, and it's actually been a very good lap for TJW. TJW jumps up to 5th. Good lap. Larsh is on a flying lap, 8/10 up in the Williams, and supposedly a purple middle sector. He almost lost it coming through turns 19 and 20. Larsh, could this be a pole position? That time, we'll see what the Williams can do. Over the line, 9/10 improvement, and it's a 0.020 off of pole for the Williams. Wow, that is close. His teammate is also improving. We'll see what Nerdy Average Gamer can do. Another one on a lap. Sportmad, we'll see if he's improving. Nerdy Average Gamer both P7. Sportmad is not improving. He's 4 seconds down. So it will be Elmerix taking his 2nd pole position of the season, mastering the street tax so far, with a pole position in both Canada and Azerbaijan. But wow, how close it was for Larsh. 0.2 off of pole position. That's SRL for you. So you see Elmeric's Alfa Romeo, second pole position of him. He'll be joined by Larsh in the Williams, who's hoping to make amends after a poor 2 rounds. Razi going for a third win of 4. He's starting third. Queener, the other race winner of this season, he's starting 4th, followed by his teammate Sportmad TGW. Strong qualifying for him, 6th position. Nerdy Average Gamer, 7th. Rehad, 8th. Nolan Mitch, after an early pole position time, only 9th after that crash with him and Sportmad. Spider-Man Fan 10th, Havoc Connor 11th, VTEX 12th, Entry Devil 13th, 14th Sunset Smiler, Paul Elite 15th, no time after that crash in the castle section. Come on Williams, yep. Good job by the Williams team. Nolan Mitch disconnected, didn't he? Is he in the lobby? Is he screwing up the lobby? Please tell me he's not screwing up the lobby. He's going to screw up the lobby because this is F1. Nolan Mitch is now good. Apparently. Are we going to have a working lobby? This would be a rare sight, given it is Codemasters. We got a working lobby! What a treat! He says before something goes wrong on the formation lap, hopefully. So, dry race start. Hopefully we'll get a dry race. These drivers probably sick of the rain after having it in 2 of the races. Last time out in Spa, no rain. Razi won that one. PSD Doggo, who isn't here today, came home in a strong 2nd place. Where is PSD Doggo? Actually, that's a shame, because he was actually quite good last time out. Would have liked to see him, and is the lobby broke? We had supposedly counted down the 30 seconds, and now it's gone up again. We're waiting for players. I've cursed it, haven't I, by saying that the lobby was working. Oh, no. Okay, so the lobby will work. Lovely stuff. So Elmerix will be able to start. I'll take a quick note of the tyres. Just get that up on the screen quickly. So if any of the admins are watching, we do need to do a restart because knowing F1 lobbies, Havoc Gun has been qualified already. Knowing F1 lobbies, they can be buggy, so if we have to... Nolan Mitch is frustrated because he cannot get into the lobby. Williams actually, 2nd place overall in the Constructors standing combined. We'll see what they will do, because Mercedes leading at the moment. We'll see if in the combined constructor standings, at least after this tier 3 race, they could jump up to 1st. Nolan Mitch is on the grid still, isn't he? And he's on the formation app supposedly. Nolan Mitch is glitching. Yep. So if Max Yari, any of the admins are watching, I'll put the tyres up on the screen just to make sure. Keep a note of the top 10. Because 11th downwards will be allowed to change tyres, but if we do have to go to a new lobby, just to make sure that none of them inside the top 10 illegally switch tyres, because you do have to start on the same comp, even if we do restart the lobby. Hopefully, we won't need to do. In fact, I'll just screenshot that for myself, just in case. My wheel's not plugged in, is it? Cool. There we go. VTEC and NJ Devil both opting to start on the hards. Sunset mediums. Paul Elite soft, so he's going to look for moves early on in this race rather than playing the long game. We'll see what Sunset Smiler can do, because if you're 3 seconds off the pace with 27 laps of fuel, it would be nice to see what he can do when everyone is on the same-ish amount of fuel. Suppose he hasn't put like 40 laps in or something stupid like that. So Elmerix, as the AI takes control here, Razi's just going through front three breaking away. This is going to be an interesting fourth race of the season. We'll get your predictions in the chat for who's going to come where. Will it be Almery converting his pole position to a win? Will Lars take a win finally in for Williams? Will Razi take his third? Will Sportmad take his second? Will Queener take his second, sorry. Will Sportmad get his Austria revenge in Azerbaijan? And the lobby is broken. Nolan Mitch has decided to finally start his formation lap. Yeah, Codemasters. Razi's taking the W. Yep, starting on the mediums. Prolonging the lobby isn't... it's glitchy. Queener is a prediction in the chat. I'd be not at all just surprised. See, I'm not really sure about what the strategy is here, because a couple of the drivers, like Razi, Queener and Sportmad, would have been a lot... stood on my headphone cable. A lot of the drivers have opted... a lot of the fastest drive... what the hell? Oh, this is... I think I've seen this before. Yep, okay. So it's lights out and away we go. Lars gets a phenomenal start. He's going to lead into turn one. Elmeric's being caught out. Queener has disconnected potentially, but he's gone past Elmeric's as well. So Elmeric's taking a poor start. Elmeric's actually getting position back after turn two. Then we've got flat out. Everyone's managed to make it through fine. Paul Elite's already jumped up to 9th position. Yeah, there's no issue in the lobby, but it's just the issues on the stream. Lars has dropped to 2nd, so Lars has just made a mistake. Elmeric's retakes the lead. There is now a yellow flag. That is for VTech, I believe. Nola Mitch is rejoining the session. He's all the way, his AI has already lost 2 positions down to 9th. Paul Elite taking a phenomenal start all the way up to 9th from 15th on the grid. 5 positions gained. 6 positions even. I can count, and I also can't read. Lars struggling. Elmeric's half a second gained in the castle section. Lars, what is going on in the Williams camp? Because Elmeric's has got a 2-second lead up front. Sportmad looking for a move as well. So Lars, something's gone wrong for him. He's looking very vulnerable early doors. Razi's been one that's also been very vulnerable. On the mediums has dropped down to 6th position. And Razi's been taken by 2 soft runners. Oh, Lars has definitely got damage. That should be an easy flat out section, and Sportmad almost getting caught up. But the slipstream effects... TJW's just bump drafted. Okay, this is not NASCAR, but apparently it is. TJW's looking for a move on 2 into 1. Can't quite find it. Oh, and he's run deep, and he's run Lars almost off the track. Just about kept it on. By the steward, 2 drivers already having to pull into the pits. Rehad's had a poor start and has had to change his front wing. Paul Elite also struggling, so 6 positions gained becomes 1 for Paul Elite. Don't tell me the stream's debugging. Why have I got 11 comments? Lol, TJW playing NASCAR. Yep, precisely what he's done. Bump drafting Sportmad down the straight. He did manage to get the move. Razi's just had a big moment and he's lost another position. So the Alpine, who's won 2 races this season, falling down the 7th, so, and is very far away from picking up his 3rd. Nerdy Average Gamer, another one who's lost a position at the start, almost sends one into... I should really need to remember the corner numbers. Almost sends one there to get up into 2nd. Into 7th, not 2nd. I am very intelligent. It's been a very long day, I do apologise. But Elmeric's leads out front 2 seconds, so crucially 8/10 away from DRS is Queener. On the mediums, Elmeric's really needs to push now before those tyres fall off and lose performance. Yeah, Paul, unfortunate for him, it looked like he had a really good start, and then we see him pull into the pits and lose 5 of the 6 positions he's gained. Nolan Mitch has just disconnected yet again. Elmeric's fastest lap of the race. Spider-Man fan's got a good run on Larsh potentially. Nope, not just yet. So Larsh, after a poor start, is looking to recover back up. That wouldn't be the way to do it, because he'll pick up a warning for doing that. Running very wide through turn 1. The DRS enabled this lap, so we should see some more overtaking. Havoc Connor has just overtaken Midget's AI. Okay. So the drivers only now having that extra speed from the rear wing flap being able to be opened on the 2 DRS zone. Of course, you're going to get a lovely run through turn 20 as soon as you take the DRS on this long straight. 6 kilometers, plenty of spots to overtake, plenty of spots to not overtake. TJW looked like he'd almost stalled the car for a second then. That would have been very strange. Action just starting to calm out a bit. Sport Mod's gonna be trying to keep with Queen the best he can to keep in that DRS. He's just dropped out of it. The DRS detection point is just after turn 20, little bit after even. Queen trying to get Sportmad out of his DRS. Sportmad trying to get in. He's had a much better run through turns 19 and 20. So will the rear wing be open for Sportmad? He won't get close enough just yet. But the ring wing will open for Sportmad, but we'll look for Larsh versus Spider-Man versus Razi. Benefit of the DRS. Spider-Man fan in the Red Bull pulls alongside into turn 1, is ahead, brakes later does Larsh, almost looks to remove around the outside. Razi running into the back of the Williams. You've got a nice 4 cars in the battle for 5th position. Larsh now looking to take back Spider-Man fan. Spider-Man fan with no DRS down this straight between turns 2 and turn 3. Almost looked for a move, just backs out. Through turn 4, he won't be close enough, and then we get into this tight, twisty middle sector where you really have not many space to overtake unless your opponent makes a mistake, which would appear to have happened to Elmerich. Queener, either those medium tyres are working extremely well, or those softs aren't, or a mixture of the two. Queener pulling the gap between him and Elmerich out front down. Lovely cinematic shots. I do enjoy to just watch those. We'll go on board with these lots. That was a lovely shot. Through turns 15 down into 16. It's Red Bull Alpine, Williams Alpine between 5th and 9th. TJW almost getting caught by Spider-Man fans, which would put this to a 5-car battle. Larsh versus Nerdy Average Gamer. These two are teammates. Elmerich is pulled into the pit lane. So Elmerich's already getting rid of those softs on lap 4. Nerdy Average Gamer does the same thing, so maybe it wasn't damage for Elmerich, maybe it is just a tyre wear. So is this a 2-stop race? One would presume so. Havoc Connor doesn't look for a move. That was Sunset Smiler who's